The top 5 best survivor perks right now in Dead by Daylight. Coming in at number 5, we have Unbreakable, and being able to fully recover from the dying state is huge, and this is why Unbreakable has been one of the best survivor perks for years, and it is something that can potentially completely save a game, turning a loss into a win. The only reason this perk isn't higher is due to how inconsistent it is. Slugging is somewhat common, but I don't know about you guys, but whenever I use Unbreakable, I just never get slugged, so it leaves me with just 3 perks for the majority of the games that I play using this perk. For number 4, we have Decisive Strike, and much like Unbreakable, this is another perk that has been one of the best survivor perks for many years. Despite having multiple nerfs since its release all the way back in 2016, Decisive Strike is the perfect anti-tunnel perk, and is another perk that can completely save the game, and this perk alone could be the difference between you and your team winning and losing. But much like Unbreakable, this perk just isn't consistent, and you may end up using it once or twice every 10 games. Coming in at our number 3 spot, we have Resilience, and this perk isn't directly as strong as the previous 2. However, Resilience is extremely consistent, and you're guaranteed to get value out of it multiple times per game. Not only that, but it's also very versatile. It helps you out in chase, being able to vault windows 9% faster, but it also helps you speed up generators and healing progression as well. So the consistency and versatility of this perk earn it a place above Decisive Strike and Unbreakable. Coming in at number 2 for our second best survivor perk in DBD right now, we have Lithe. You could go for pretty much any other exhaustion perk here, but I decided to go with Lithe due to how strong it is and how insanely easy it is to use compared to some other exhaustion perks. It extends chase with pretty much 0 effort, and while Dramaturgy, Dead Hard, or even Sprint Burst may be better exhaustion perks for experienced players, Lithe has to be the best exhaustion perk if we're talking about just how good it is overall. And for our number 1 spot for the best survivor perk in DBD right now, we have Windows Opportunity, which makes looping killers so much easier and extending every single chase, buying tons more time for you and your teammates. One argument that I see a lot about Windows Opportunity is just learn the pallet spawns, bro. And whenever I see this argument, I just know it's coming from someone who has just a few hundred hours in the game and doesn't quite know much about DBD yet. Windows Opportunity can be used for newer players to learn the pallet spawns on the different maps, but this is definitely not why experienced players use this perk. When you load into a game, there are certain god pallets that always spawn in the same area, but there's also a lot of pallets that can spawn in different places, and there's no way to know which pallet spawns that you've got without running around the map and checking. But with Windows Opportunity, it highlights the aura from a distance, showing you exactly which pallet spawns that you do have. Not only that, but showing the auras of nearby pallets and windows means that you'll know if a pallet has already been used by your teammate. A popular alternative to Windows Opportunity is 5 moves ahead, but 5 moves ahead only activates when you're in chase or in the killer's terror radius, so you can't plan out your loops in advance. It also only shows you the auras of the 5 closest pallets and windows, rather than within a certain radius like Windows Opportunity. And it does also go on cooldown for 30 seconds after dropping a pallet, so for these reasons, Windows Opportunity is easily better than 5 moves ahead in my opinion. Also guys, if you are wondering why we didn't mention cross-examination, right now cross-examination, and most people would agree, is one of the best survivor perks in the game, if not the best survivor perk in the game, but it is due to be getting a nerf anytime soon, so within the next few weeks it is going to be nerfed, and the perk is probably going to be completely destroyed, so it'll be no longer in the top 5 after the nerf.